Start fresh. Why letting go is the ultimate superpower. Written by Ronnie Rowland. Published by Growth Literacy Lounge. Imagine standing at the threshold of a door, one side filled with the weight of all you've carried, past mistakes, regrets, fears, and the clutter of what no longer serves you. The other side is a blank canvas, vast and open, waiting for you to step into a life of freedom, clarity, and endless possibilities. The only thing separating you from that fresh start is the courage to let go. This book is your invitation to embrace that courage. Letting go is one of the most profound acts of self-mastery we can achieve. It's not about forgetting or erasing your past, it's about freeing yourself from the grip it has on your present. It's about recognizing that holding on to what doesn't serve you, whether it's toxic relationships, limiting beliefs, or emotional clutter, only blocks the life you're capable of creating. In these pages, you'll learn that letting go isn't a sign of weakness, it's a superpower. It's the act of reclaiming your energy, your peace, and your ability to move forward. We'll explore the barriers that keep you stuck, the fear of the unknown, the comfort of familiarity, and the weight of control, and discover practical, transformative ways to release them. Each chapter is designed to take you deeper into the art of letting go, peeling back the layers of attachment, and guiding you toward a mindset of trust and abundance. You'll learn how to clear not just your physical space but also your emotional and mental landscapes, creating room for the growth and opportunities you deserve. You'll discover the strength in forgiving yourself and others, the liberation of embracing uncertainty, and the empowerment of shifting from scarcity to abundance. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about taking one brave step at a time toward a life that feels lighter, freer, and more aligned with who you truly are. By the end of this book, you'll not only understand the power of letting go, you'll embody it. So, take a deep breath, step through the door, your fresh start is waiting, and with it, the life you've always been capable of living. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Power of Letting Go. Imagine holding a heavy suitcase in each hand, filled with items you no longer need. The handles dig into your palms, the weight pulls on your shoulders, and yet, you keep carrying them. Why? Because they're familiar. Because you think you might need what's inside. But what if you set them down? What if you let go of the unnecessary weight and walked forward with freedom? This is the power of letting go, a transformative act that unburdens your mind, liberates your soul, and opens the door to new opportunities. Letting go isn't about giving up or losing, it's about gaining clarity, strength, and space for growth. In this chapter, we'll explore why letting go is a superpower and how it sets the stage for a life of freedom and abundance. Holding on is deeply ingrained in us. It's a survival instinct that stems from our earliest days, when keeping what we had, food, shelter, relationships, was a matter of life or death. Over time, this instinct evolved into emotional and mental attachments. We cling to beliefs, possessions, and people, even when they no longer serve us, because we fear the uncertainty of letting go. But holding on has its costs. It limits our perspective, drains our energy, and keeps us stuck in cycles of fear and regret. Imagine trying to climb a mountain while dragging a bag full of rocks. The higher you climb, the heavier the bag feels. Letting go means dropping the rocks, freeing yourself to ascend without unnecessary weight. Letting go isn't about forgetting the past or pretending it didn't happen. It's about choosing not to let the past define your present or dictate your future. It's an intentional act of release, a declaration that you are no longer tied to what no longer serves you. Think of a tree in autumn. It doesn't resist shedding its leaves, it lets them fall, knowing they've served their purpose. This release makes way for new growth in spring. Similarly, by letting go of outdated beliefs, toxic relationships, or past mistakes, you create space for new possibilities to take root. Letting go requires courage, self-awareness, and trust, qualities that are the hallmarks of true strength. Here's why it's a superpower. 1. It empowers growth. Letting go clears the mental and emotional clutter that blocks personal growth. When you release what no longer serves you, you make room for new experiences, opportunities, and relationships. 2. It restores freedom. Holding on to the past keeps you tethered to it. Letting go breaks those chains, giving you the freedom to move forward without fear or regret. 3. It builds resilience. Every act of letting go strengthens your ability to navigate change and uncertainty. It teaches you to trust the process and adapt, no matter what life throws your way. Consider the story of Sarah, a professional who clung to a job that made her miserable because she feared starting over. For years, she endured stress and dissatisfaction, telling herself she had no other option. Finally, she decided to let go. She left her job, pursued her passion for writing, and discovered a fulfilling career she never thought possible. Her story is a testament to the power of releasing what doesn't align with your values and aspirations. Letting go is not a one-time act but an ongoing practice, a mindset of trust, courage, and abundance. Each time you release what no longer serves you, you strengthen your ability to embrace what lies ahead. Like the tree shedding its leaves, you make room for fresh growth and new possibilities. As we move through this book, you'll learn to recognize what's weighing you down and develop the tools to release it. Letting go is your superpower. It's time to harness it and take the first step toward a fresh start. Chapter 2. Why we struggle to release. Picture this: you're standing at the edge of a swimming pool, hesitant to jump in. The water is unfamiliar, and the air feels safer. You know the leap is necessary to cool off, but your feet remain planted on the deck. This is how many of us approach letting go. We know it's for the best, but fear and uncertainty keep us rooted in place. Why is it so hard to release what no longer serves us? In this chapter, we'll explore the psychological and emotional barriers that make letting go such a challenge. By understanding these obstacles, you can begin to dismantle them and take your first steps toward freedom. One of the most powerful forces that hold us back is fear. The unknown feels risky and unpredictable, and our minds often prefer the discomfort of the familiar over the uncertainty of change. Even when we know something isn't serving us, a toxic job, an unfulfilling relationship, or a limiting belief, we cling to it because it's what we know. Fear often whispers, "What if you regret letting go? What if you fail? What if you're not ready?" These questions create a false sense of security in the status quo, keeping us trapped in a cycle of inertia. But the truth is, every great transformation begins with stepping into the unknown. Humans are creatures of habit. Familiarity provides a sense of stability and control, even if what we're holding on to is painful or counterproductive. This is why people stay in unhealthy relationships or stick with routines that no longer serve their goals. They're comfortable, and comfort feels safe. Imagine wearing an old pair of shoes that no longer fit. They pinch your toes and give you blisters, but you continue wearing them because breaking in a new pair seems like too much effort. Letting go is about recognizing that the pain of holding on is greater than the temporary discomfort of starting fresh. Our egos are deeply invested in the narratives we create about ourselves. Letting go can feel like admitting defeat or failure, which our egos fiercely resist. For example, you might hold on to a project that's not working because you don't want to be seen as someone who gave up. Or you might cling to a past identity because it's tied to your sense of self-worth. The ego craves validation and control, making it hard to release what doesn't align with your higher self. But true strength lies in recognizing that letting go isn't about losing, it's about choosing what aligns with your growth and authenticity. Consider James, who spent years building a business that he realized no longer aligned with his values. Despite the growing stress and dissatisfaction, he held on because he feared what others might think if he closed it down. Eventually, James realized that his happiness was worth more than external validation. He let go, pivoted to a new venture, and found fulfillment in a way he never imagined. Strategies to overcome resistance. 1. Face your fears. Write down your fears about letting go. Seeing them on paper helps you realize that many are exaggerated or unfounded. 2. Practice self-compassion. Remind yourself that it's okay to release things that no longer serve you. It doesn't mean you failed, it means you're growing. 3. Visualize the benefits. Imagine how light and free you'll feel once you let go. Focus on the possibilities rather than the losses. Letting go is hard because it challenges our fears, comforts, and egos. But by understanding these barriers, you can begin to dismantle them and create space for growth. Each time you overcome the resistance to release, you reclaim your power and take a step closer to freedom. As we continue this journey, remember the first step to letting go is acknowledging why you're holding on. Once you do that, you can begin to loosen your grip and embrace the possibilities that await. Chapter 3. The Science of Letting Go. What if I told you that your brain is wired to cling, to hold on tightly to what feels familiar, even if it's causing harm? The attachments we form aren't just emotional, they're also deeply biological. However, here's the good news. Science shows us that we can rewire our minds to let go, freeing ourselves from patterns of fear and resistance. In this chapter, we'll explore the neuroscience and psychology behind letting go. By understanding the mechanics of your brain and how it processes attachment, you'll gain powerful tools to break free from unhelpful habits and embrace transformation. Our brains are hardwired to form attachments as a survival mechanism. From infancy, attachment to caregivers ensures safety and nurturance. As we grow, this instinct extends to people, possessions, and even ideas. Neurotransmitters like dopamine play a key role, rewarding us with feelings of pleasure when we bond with something or someone. However, this same mechanism can make letting go feel like loss. The brain interprets detachment as a threat, triggering the amygdala, your fear center. This is why breaking up, leaving a job, or even letting go of a worn-out belief can feel so painful. Your brain perceives these changes as risks, even when they're necessary for growth. Beyond biology, cognitive biases also play a role in why letting go is hard. Two significant ones are: 1. Loss aversion. We fear losing something more than we value gaining something new. For instance, you might hold on to a failing business because the thought of losing it feels worse than the potential gain of starting over. 2. The endowment effect. We place higher value on things we already own. This applies not just to possessions but also to relationships and beliefs. The result? We cling to what's familiar, even if it no longer serves us. Recognizing these biases is the first step in overcoming them. The brain's plasticity, the ability to form new neural connections, means you can train yourself to let go. When you actively practice release, you weaken the neural pathways tied to fear and attachment, while strengthening those associated with trust and adaptability. Mindfulness plays a critical role in this process. Studies have shown that practices like meditation and deep breathing help calm the amygdala and engage the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for rational thinking and decision-making. This shift allows you to approach letting go with clarity and courage. Emotions are energy in motion, meant to flow freely. When we resist letting go, we trap emotional energy, leading to stress, anxiety, and even physical illness. Psychologists emphasize the importance of acknowledging and processing emotions rather than suppressing them. Journaling, therapy, or even talking to a trusted friend can help release pent-up feelings. These practices create space for healing and empower you to move forward unburdened. Consider Anna, who struggled to let go of a toxic relationship. Her fear of loneliness and the familiarity of the dynamic kept her stuck. With the guidance of a therapist, Anna learned about the brain's attachment patterns and how her cognitive biases were reinforcing her fears. She began practicing mindfulness and journaling, gradually weakening the grip of her emotional ties. Over time, Anna noticed a shift. What once felt like unbearable loss became a sense of liberation. Today, she describes the experience as the catalyst for her personal transformation. Practical tools for rewiring the brain. 1. Mindfulness meditation. Spend 10 minutes a day focusing on your breath. When thoughts of attachment or fear arise, acknowledge them without judgment and return to your breath. 2. Gratitude practice. Shift your focus from what you're losing to what you're gaining. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day to train your brain to see abundance. 3. Visualization. Imagine yourself free from the weight of what you're holding on to. Picture the possibilities that open up when you let go. 4. Progressive letting go. Start small. Practice releasing minor attachments to build confidence for larger ones. For example, declutter your physical space or let go of small grudges. The science of letting go reveals that it's not just an emotional challenge but a biological and psychological one. However, with awareness and intentional practice, you can rewire your brain to embrace release. By calming the fear centers of your brain and cultivating trust in the process, you take a powerful step toward transformation. Letting go is more than an act, it's a skill you can develop. With each small release, you're training your mind and body to let go of fear and step into freedom. Remember, this is your superpower, and the science is on your side. Chapter 4. Clearing emotional clutter. Think of your mind as a room. Over the years, you've filled it with memories, emotions, and experiences, some joyful, others painful. But like any space, it can become cluttered. The more emotional baggage you accumulate, the harder it is to navigate, let alone make room for anything new. Clearing emotional clutter isn't just about tidying up, It's about reclaiming your mental space, lightening your emotional load, and creating the clarity needed for growth. In this chapter, we'll explore how to identify, process, and release the emotional clutter that holds you back, paving the way for a freer, more focused mind. Emotional clutter refers to unresolved feelings, negative patterns, and mental habits that weigh us down. It can take many forms: lingering resentment from past conflicts, guilt over mistakes or missed opportunities, fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown. These emotions, when left unchecked, can act like static in the background of your mind, distracting and draining, even when you're not fully aware of them. Carrying emotional baggage isn't just an internal burden, it affects your relationships, decision-making, and overall well-being. Think about it. How many times have you hesitated to take a risk or trust someone new because of a past hurt? Emotional clutter keeps you stuck in a loop of old patterns, preventing you from fully embracing the present or stepping into the future. Research shows that unresolved emotions can lead to chronic stress, fatigue, and even physical health issues like high blood pressure or weakened immunity. Clearing this clutter isn't just beneficial, it's essential for your mental, emotional, and physical health. Before you can clear emotional clutter, you need to recognize it. Ask yourself, what emotions am I holding on to? Are there unresolved conflicts or relationships in my life? Do I find myself replaying certain events or conversations in my mind? Journaling can be a powerful tool for self-reflection. Writing down your thoughts helps you uncover patterns and pinpoint the emotions or experiences that need attention. How to release emotional clutter. 1. Acknowledge and name your emotions. Avoiding emotions only makes them stronger. Instead, sit with your feelings and name them. Are you angry, hurt, or afraid? Naming your emotions helps demystify them and gives you a sense of control. 2. Practice forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning what happened, it means releasing the hold it has on you. Start with small steps, like writing a letter, even if you never send it, or repeating affirmations like, I release this pain, it no longer serves me. 3. Let yourself grieve. Letting go often involves loss, whether it's a relationship, a belief, or an identity. Allow yourself to grieve without judgment. Cry, talk to a friend, or simply sit with your feelings. Grieving is a natural part of emotional release. 4. Adopt daily practices for emotional hygiene. Just like you brush your teeth to maintain physical hygiene, develop habits to keep your emotional space clean. Meditation, breathwork, or a daily gratitude practice can help you process emotions as they arise, preventing buildup. Take Emily, who carried guilt for years over a failed friendship. Every time she thought about it, she felt a pang of regret and self-blame. One day, Emily decided to confront her emotional clutter. She journaled about the friendship, acknowledged her feelings, and forgave herself for her perceived mistakes. Through this process, she realized the lessons she'd learned and finally felt free to move forward. Clearing emotional clutter isn't just about letting go of the past, it's about making room for joy, creativity, and opportunity. Imagine walking into a room that's been cleaned and reorganized. You instantly feel lighter, more focused, and ready to tackle what's next. The same happens when you clear your emotional space. Emotional clutter keeps us tethered to the past and blocks the path to our future. By acknowledging your feelings, practicing forgiveness, and embracing daily emotional hygiene, you can release the weight of what no longer serves you. Letting go of emotional baggage isn't just an act of self-care, it's a declaration of self-respect and self-mastery. As we continue this journey, remember, clearing emotional clutter is your way of saying, I deserve peace, clarity, and the freedom to grow. Chapter 5. Breaking free from toxic relationships. Have you ever held on to a relationship, even when deep down you knew it was doing more harm than good? Maybe it was a friend who constantly drained your energy or a partner who didn't respect your boundaries. Letting go of toxic relationships can feel like tearing apart pieces of your heart. But here's the truth, staying in a relationship that depletes you isn't an act of loyalty, it's an act of self-sabotage. In this chapter, we'll explore how to identify toxic relationships, muster the courage to let go, and find the freedom that comes with prioritizing your well-being. Not all challenging relationships are toxic. Conflict is normal, and no relationship is perfect. A toxic relationship, however, is one where negativity consistently outweighs positivity, leaving you feeling drained, diminished, or stuck. Common signs include emotional manipulation. They guilt-trip you or use your vulnerabilities against you. Lack of respect. Your boundaries are ignored or dismissed. Imbalance of energy. The relationship feels one-sided, with you always giving more than you receive. Chronic negativity. Conversations often leave you feeling worse instead of uplifted. Recognizing these patterns is the first step in breaking free. Why we stay in toxic relationships. Letting go of toxic relationships isn't easy, and there are several reasons we stay, even when we know better. 1. Fear of loneliness. The thought of being alone can be more daunting than staying in a harmful relationship. 2. Hope for change. You convince yourself that if you just try harder, the other person will change. 3. Emotional investment. The time and energy you've already invested make it hard to walk away, a concept known as the sunk cost fallacy. 4. Guilt or obligation. You feel responsible for the other person's happiness or worry about hurting them by leaving. Understanding these reasons can help you confront the barriers that keep you stuck. Letting go of a toxic relationship requires courage and a commitment to your well-being. Here are steps to take. 1. Recognize your worth. Remind yourself that you deserve relationships that uplift and support you. Self-respect is the foundation of healthy boundaries. 2. Set clear boundaries. Communicate your limits firmly and without guilt. For example, if a friend constantly belittles you, make it clear that you won't tolerate such behavior. 3. Seek support. Reach out to trusted friends, family, or a therapist. Sharing your feelings can provide clarity and the strength to take action. 4. Create distance. Reducing contact with toxic individuals is often necessary to break free. This might mean limiting conversations, unfollowing them on social media, or in some cases cutting ties completely. 5. Focus on your growth. Channel your energy into activities and relationships that nourish your soul. The more you invest in yourself, the less power toxic individuals will have over you. Consider Maria, who had a longtime friend named Jess. While they once shared a close bond, over the years, Jess became increasingly critical and dismissive of Maria's dreams. Maria often left their interactions feeling drained and doubting herself. After much reflection, Maria realized that her friendship with Jess had become toxic. She had a heartfelt conversation with Jess, explaining her feelings and setting boundaries. While it was painful, Maria ultimately chose to step back from the friendship. In the months that followed, Maria felt lighter, more confident, and free to pursue her passions without judgment. Maria's story shows that while letting go can be painful, it's often the most empowering choice. Breaking free from a toxic relationship isn't just about removing someone from your life, it's also about healing the wounds they've left behind. Here's how to nurture yourself after letting go. Give yourself time. Healing is a process. Allow yourself to grieve the loss without judgment. Practice self-care. Engage in activities that bring you joy and restore your energy, whether it's journaling, exercising, or spending time with supportive people. Reflect on lessons learned. Every relationship teaches us something. Use this experience to clarify what you want and need in future relationships. When you let go of toxic relationships, you reclaim your energy, your peace, and your power. You make room for healthier connections and align yourself with people who celebrate and support you. Imagine a garden choked with weeds. Removing the weeds may take effort, but it creates the space for flowers to bloom. Similarly, letting go of toxic relationships creates the space for love, growth, and abundance to flourish in your life. Letting go of toxic relationships is one of the most courageous and transformative acts of self-love. By recognizing the signs, setting boundaries, and prioritizing your well-being, you free yourself to thrive. Remember, the people in your life should add to your happiness, not subtract from it. As we continue this journey, hold on to this truth: you deserve relationships that nurture your growth, honor your worth, and reflect the best version of yourself. Chapter 6. Shedding limiting beliefs. Imagine trying to run a race while wearing heavy chains around your ankles. No matter how hard you push, the weight holds you back. This is what limiting beliefs do to your mind. They anchor you in doubt, fear, and self-sabotage, preventing you from reaching your full potential. The good news? These beliefs aren't permanent. You have the power to identify, challenge, and replace them with empowering truths. In this chapter, we'll explore what limiting beliefs are, how they form, and actionable steps to shed them so you can unlock your full potential. What are limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs are self-imposed constraints on what you think you can achieve. They often sound like, I'm not smart enough. I'll never succeed. I'm too old young, to try this. These beliefs operate in the background, shaping your decisions, behaviors, and outlook on life. They can keep you from pursuing opportunities, taking risks, or believing in your ability to grow. Where do limiting beliefs come from? Limiting beliefs usually develop from past experiences, societal influences, or fear of failure. Common sources include 1. Childhood conditioning. Messages you received growing up, whether from parents, teachers, or peers, often shape your beliefs about yourself and your capabilities. For example, being told you're not good at math might evolve into a lifelong belief that you're bad with numbers. 2. Traumatic experiences. Negative events such as a failed business venture or a broken relationship can leave emotional scars that fuel limiting beliefs. 3. Cultural norms. Society's expectations about gender, age, or success can create invisible barriers. For instance, "people like me don't achieve great things" is a belief rooted in societal conditioning. Recognizing the origins of your limiting beliefs is the first step to dismantling them. The impact of limiting beliefs. Holding on to limiting beliefs restricts your personal and professional growth. They can lead to missed opportunities because of fear or self-doubt, a fixed mindset that resists change and innovation, reduced confidence and resilience when facing challenges. Imagine how much more you could achieve if these beliefs weren't holding you back. How to shed limiting beliefs. 1. Identify your beliefs. Start by recognizing the thoughts that surface when you're faced with a challenge. Ask yourself, what story am I telling myself about this situation? Is this belief helping me grow or holding me back? Write down these beliefs to make them tangible. 2. Challenge their validity. Question the truth of your beliefs. For example, if you believe I'll never succeed at this, ask yourself, what evidence supports this belief? What evidence contradicts it? Often, you'll find that limiting beliefs are based on assumptions rather than facts. 3. Reframe your thoughts. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. For instance, instead of "I can't do this," say, "I can learn how to do this." Instead of "I always fail," say, "Failure is a stepping stone to success." 4. Take small, bold steps. Action is the antidote to limiting beliefs. Start with small, manageable steps to prove to yourself that change is possible. For example, if you believe you're not creative, try a new hobby like painting or writing. Each step builds confidence and erodes the belief. Consider John, who believed he wasn't smart enough to start his own business. This belief held him back for years. One day he decided to challenge it by taking small steps, researching business ideas, taking an online course, and connecting with mentors. As he gained knowledge and experience, his confidence grew, and his belief shifted. Today, John runs a successful business and attributes his transformation to shedding that limiting belief. When you let go of limiting beliefs, you create space for empowering ones to take root. These new beliefs act as a catalyst, propelling you forward and opening doors you once thought were closed. Imagine replacing "I can't" with "I'm capable," or "I'll fail" with "I'll learn." These shifts in mindset ripple into every area of your life, unlocking potential you didn't know you had. Limiting beliefs are like shadows. They seem real until you shine a light on them. By identifying, challenging, and reframing these beliefs, you reclaim your power and open yourself to growth and possibility. As we continue this journey, remember, shedding limiting beliefs is an act of self-liberation. Each belief you let go of brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. Chapter 7. Letting go of control. Imagine holding a handful of sand, gripping it tightly. The harder you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. This is what trying to control everything in life feels like. No matter how much effort you exert, life's unpredictable nature often defies your plans. Letting go of control isn't about giving up. It's about surrendering to the flow of life and trusting that, even when things don't go as planned, they can still work out for your highest good. In this chapter, we'll explore the illusion of control, why it holds us back, and how learning to let go can lead to freedom, trust, and peace. Control feels comforting. It gives us the sense that we're steering the ship and that, by carefully managing every detail, we can avoid pain, failure, or disappointment. But the truth is, much of life is outside our control. We can't control other people's actions or feelings. We can't predict or manipulate every outcome. We can't always shield ourselves from life's challenges. Holding on to the illusion of control often leads to frustration, anxiety, and disappointment, it challenges deeply ingrained fears. 1. Fear of uncertainty. The unknown feels risky, and trying to control everything creates a false sense of security. 2. Fear of failure. We believe that if we can control outcomes, we can avoid failure. But in truth, failure is often a stepping stone to growth. 3. Ego attachment. Our ego thrives on the belief that we're in charge. Letting go of control can feel like admitting weakness, but it's actually an act of strength and trust. When you release the need to control, you open yourself to life's possibilities and flow. Here's what happens when you let go. 1. Freedom from stress. Trying to control everything is exhausting. Letting go reduces anxiety and creates space for inner peace. 2. Improved relationships. When you stop trying to control others, you foster healthier, more authentic connections based on trust and respect. 3. Increased resilience. Letting go builds your ability to adapt and thrive, no matter what life throws your way. How to let go of control. 1. Focus on what you can control. While you can't control everything, you can control your actions, attitudes, and responses. Shift your energy to what's within your power instead of what's outside it. 2. Practice acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity, it means recognizing what you can't change and choosing to move forward anyway. For example, instead of resisting a delay or setback, ask yourself, how can I make the best of this situation? 3. Embrace the present moment. Much of our desire for control comes from worrying about the future or regretting the past. Grounding yourself in the present, through mindfulness or deep breathing, helps you focus on what truly matters. 4. Trust the process. Trusting the process means believing that, even when things don't go as planned, they're unfolding in a way that serves your growth. Reflect on past challenges you've overcome and how they led to unexpected blessings. 5. Let go in small steps. Start by releasing control in less critical areas of your life, like letting someone else choose a restaurant or delegating a task. Over time, you'll build confidence in letting go. Consider Rachel, a project manager who thrived on organization and precision. When her team faced unexpected challenges, she tried to control every aspect, micromanaging her colleagues and stressing over minor details. But the pressure soon became overwhelming. With the help of a coach, Rachel learned to shift her focus. She started by identifying what was within her control, her communication, attitude, and ability to prioritize. Gradually, she delegated tasks and trusted her team's abilities. The result? Less stress, better team morale, and greater success. Rachel discovered that letting go didn't mean losing control, it meant gaining freedom and trust. Life is like a river, constantly flowing and changing. Trying to control it is like attempting to dam the current with your hands. When you let go, you allow yourself to float with the current, trusting it will carry you to where you're meant to be. Letting go of control is about cultivating faith, not just in life, but in yourself and your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. The need for control is rooted in fear, but letting go is an act of courage and trust. By focusing on what you can control, practicing acceptance, and trusting the process, you free yourself from the burden of micromanaging life. As you continue this journey, remember, life's beauty often lies in its unpredictability. Letting go of control isn't about giving up, it's about opening yourself to growth, possibility, and peace. Chapter 8. Decluttering your physical space. Take a moment to look around your living space. Are your surroundings calm and organized, or do they feel chaotic and overwhelming? Our physical spaces often reflect our mental and emotional states. Clutter isn't just about things, it's about the weight those things carry in our lives. Decluttering is a powerful act of letting go, symbolizing the release of what no longer serves us to create room for clarity, peace, and growth. In this chapter, we'll explore the psychology of clutter, how it impacts your well-being, and practical steps to create a space that supports your journey of transformation. Clutter is more than just physical mess, it's a visual reminder of decisions deferred and emotions unaddressed. Here's how it affects us. Mental overload. Clutter competes for your attention, making it harder to focus and increasing feelings of stress. Many items carry sentimental value, making it difficult to let go, even if they're no longer useful. Procrastination cycles. The thought of tackling clutter can feel overwhelming, leading to avoidance and a buildup of even more clutter. Understanding why clutter accumulates is the first step in releasing it. Letting go of physical clutter isn't just about having a cleaner space. It's about creating an environment that aligns with your values and goals. When you declutter, you gain mental clarity. A tidy space reduces distractions and fosters a sense of calm. You feel empowered. The act of decluttering reinforces your ability to take control of your environment and life. You invite new opportunities. Releasing the old makes room for the new ideas, energy, and possibilities. How to approach decluttering. 1. Start small. Begin with one drawer, shelf, or corner. Starting small builds momentum and prevents overwhelm. 2. Follow the joy principle. Inspired by Marie Kondo, ask yourself if an item brings you joy or serves a purpose. If not, thank it for its role in your life and let it go. 3. Categorize your belongings. Sort items into categories: keep, donate, recycle, or discard. This method helps you make clear, intentional decisions. 4. Set clear goals. Identify what you want your space to feel like: peaceful, inspiring, productive, and align your decluttering efforts with that vision. 5. Adopt the one in, one out rule. For every new item you bring into your space, commit to letting go of one existing item. This practice maintains balance and prevents clutter from creeping back. Meet Daniel, a graphic designer who struggled with a cluttered workspace. His desk overflowed with papers, outdated equipment, and miscellaneous items. The chaos drained his creativity and made him dread working. One weekend, Daniel decided to tackle the mess. He started with a single drawer, sorting through items and letting go of anything that no longer served him. As he progressed, he felt a growing sense of control and lightness. By the end of the process, his workspace was clean, organized, and inspiring. Daniel found that the act of decluttering not only boosted his productivity but also reignited his passion for his craft. The process of decluttering mirrors the act of letting go in all areas of life. Just as you release physical items that no longer serve a purpose, you can let go of outdated beliefs, toxic relationships, and emotional baggage. Each item you release symbolizes a step toward freedom and intentionality. Think of your space as a garden. Removing weeds and debris creates room for flowers to grow. Similarly, decluttering your space allows your mind and spirit to thrive. Maintaining a clutter-free space. Decluttering isn't a one-time event, it's a practice. Here's how to maintain a clean and intentional environment. Set regular check-ins. Dedicate time each month to reassess your space and let go of anything unnecessary. Create storage solutions. Use bins, shelves, and organizers to keep items in their designated places. Adopt a minimalist mindset. Focus on quality over quantity, and bring only meaningful items into your life. Decluttering your physical space is a powerful act of letting go. It's about creating an environment that reflects your values and supports your goals. By releasing what no longer serves you, you gain clarity, peace, and the freedom to focus on what truly matters. As you continue this journey, remember, every item you let go of is a step toward a more intentional and abundant life. Decluttering isn't just about your space, it's about your mindset and the life you're creating. Chapter 9. Forgiving yourself and others. Think about the heaviest burden you've ever carried. Chances are it wasn't a physical weight, it was the weight of guilt, resentment, or regret. Holding on to these emotions feels like dragging a boulder uphill. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is like setting that boulder down and finally walking freely. It's not about forgetting or excusing harm, it's about freeing yourself from the grip of the past. In this chapter, we'll explore the transformative power of forgiveness, why it's essential for letting go, and practical ways to forgive yourself and others to reclaim your peace and freedom. Forgiveness isn't just a moral concept, it's a psychological and emotional necessity. When we hold on to anger, blame, or guilt, it festers, impacting our mental and physical health. Studies show that chronic resentment can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and even physical ailments like high blood pressure and heart disease. Forgiving doesn't mean condoning harmful actions. Instead, it's about releasing the emotional grip these actions have on you, allowing you to heal and move forward. The myths of forgiveness. Many people resist forgiveness because of common misconceptions. 1. Forgiveness equals weakness. Forgiving someone doesn't mean you're letting them off the hook. It's an act of strength that prioritizes your well-being. 2. Forgiveness requires reconciliation. You can forgive without reconnecting with the person who hurt you. Forgiveness is about your internal peace, not rebuilding relationships that aren't healthy. 3. Forgiveness means forgetting. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, it changes your relationship with it. You can learn from the experience without allowing it to define you. Forgiving others. 1. Acknowledge your pain. The first step in forgiving someone is to fully acknowledge what happened and how it made you feel. Avoid minimizing or dismissing your emotions. Give yourself permission to process them. 2. Understand their humanity. This doesn't mean justifying their actions, but recognizing that we all make mistakes. Sometimes people act out of their own pain, fear, or ignorance. 3. Release the need for revenge or validation. Holding on to anger can feel like a way to keep the other person accountable, but it often harms you more than them. Letting go doesn't mean justice won't be served, it means you're choosing not to let their actions control your peace. 4. Practice empathy. Try to see the situation from their perspective, even if you don't agree. Empathy can soften anger and create space for forgiveness. Forgiving yourself. Self-forgiveness is often even harder than forgiving others. We hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, replaying mistakes in our minds and feeling unworthy of grace. Here's how to begin forgiving yourself. 1. Own your mistakes without judgment. Acknowledge what you did wrong without beating yourself up. Remind yourself that mistakes are part of being human. 2. Focus on growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Shift your focus from the mistake to how you've grown because of it. 3. Show yourself compassion. Treat yourself as you would a close friend. Would you berate a friend for making a mistake, or would you offer understanding and support? 4. Release perfectionism. Accept that you're not perfect and never will be. Forgiveness begins with embracing your humanity. Meet Karen, a mother who struggled with guilt after a heated argument with her teenage daughter. For weeks, she replayed the incident, blaming herself for saying things she regretted. It wasn't until Karen journaled about her feelings and spoke to a trusted friend that she began to let go of her guilt. Through reflection, Karen realized she could use the experience to improve her communication and rebuild trust with her daughter. By forgiving herself, she became a more present and compassionate parent. Forgiveness is rarely a one-time decision, it's a process. Here are steps to guide you. Reflect. Take time to process your emotions. Write about what happened and how it made you feel. Decide to forgive. Forgiveness is a choice. Even if the feelings don't come immediately, commit to the process. Release gradually. Let go of anger, blame, or guilt step by step. Visualize yourself releasing these emotions like exhaling a deep breath. Forgiveness is one of the most liberating acts of letting go. When you forgive, you take back the energy and attention that's been tied up in the past. You free yourself to live fully in the present and move toward the future with clarity and purpose. Think of forgiveness as a bridge, not one that reconnects you with harm, but one that takes you from pain to peace. Forgiveness isn't about the other person, it's about you. It's about choosing peace over pain, growth over resentment, and freedom over regret. Whether you're forgiving someone else or yourself, remember, forgiveness is a gift you give to your own soul. As you continue this journey, know that every act of forgiveness is a step toward the life you deserve, one filled with lightness, clarity, and abundance. Chapter 10. Embracing the Unknown. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself standing at the edge of a dense forest. The path ahead is shrouded in mist, and you can't see what lies beyond. Fear creeps in. What if there's danger? What if you get lost? But there's also a spark of excitement. What if this path leads to something extraordinary? This is what it feels like to embrace the unknown. It's an act of courage, trust, and hope, allowing you to step forward even when you can't see the entire journey. In this chapter, we'll explore why the fear of the unknown holds us back, and how embracing uncertainty can open the door to growth, opportunity, and self-discovery. Human beings are wired to seek certainty. Our ancestors relied on predictability for survival, knowing where to find food, how to avoid danger, and where to find shelter. This instinct remains with us today, but in modern life, it often translates into a fear of change and the unfamiliar. Common fears of the unknown include fear of failure. What if I try and don't succeed? Fear of rejection. What if others don't support me? Fear of losing control. What if things spiral beyond my ability to manage them? These fears, while natural, can keep us stuck in comfort zones that stifle growth and prevent us from experiencing life's richness. The unknown isn't just a place of fear, it's also where growth and transformation happen. Think about the most pivotal moments in your life. Chances are, they began with uncertainty, starting a new job, moving to a new city, or beginning a relationship. These moments are where we discover resilience, creativity, and the depth of our potential. Uncertainty creates space for unexpected opportunities and breakthroughs. Self-discovery. Facing the unknown reveals strengths and capabilities you didn't know you had. Freedom from limitations. When you let go of the need to control everything, you free yourself to experience life fully. How to embrace the unknown. 1. Shift your mindset. Instead of viewing the unknown as a threat, see it as an adventure. Reframe your thoughts. What if I fail? Becomes, what can I learn from this experience? What if I'm not ready? Becomes, I'll figure it out as I go. 2. Take small steps. You don't need to leap into the unknown all at once. Start with manageable risks, like trying a new hobby, meeting new people, or exploring a new idea. Each step builds your confidence and comfort with uncertainty. 3. Focus on the present. The fear of the unknown often stems from projecting worst-case scenarios into the future. Ground yourself in the present moment with mindfulness techniques, like deep breathing, or focusing on your senses. 4. Trust the process. Life rarely unfolds according to plan, but that doesn't mean it's not working out in your favor. Reflect on past experiences where unexpected turns led to growth or opportunity. Trust that the journey will reveal its purpose in time. 5. Celebrate courage. Each time you face the unknown, acknowledge your bravery. Reward yourself for taking risks and stepping out of your comfort zone, no matter the outcome. Take Ben, who was offered a job in a city he'd never visited. Moving meant leaving behind his support network and stepping into the unknown. Initially, Ben hesitated, fearing failure and isolation. But with encouragement from friends, he decided to take the leap. The transition wasn't without challenges, but Ben discovered a new sense of independence and resilience. He built a community, advanced his career, and found opportunities he never imagined. Reflecting on his decision, Ben realized that embracing the unknown had been the best choice of his life. Think of life as a book, with each chapter representing a new experience. If you only stayed on the same page, you'd miss the richness of the story. The unknown holds the plot twists and discoveries that make life meaningful and exciting. Embracing uncertainty is about letting go of the need for guarantees and trusting that, no matter what, you'll be okay. It's about leaning into possibility and finding beauty in the unexpected. The unknown can be intimidating, but it's also where life's magic happens. By shifting your mindset, taking small steps, and trusting the process, you transform fear into opportunity. Embracing uncertainty isn't about knowing what's next, it's about stepping forward anyway, with courage and hope. As you continue this journey, remember, the unknown isn't something to fear. It's a canvas for growth, adventure, and transformation. The more you embrace it, the more you'll discover about life and yourself. Chapter 11. The Abundance Mindset. Imagine waking up each day with the unshakable belief that life has more than enough to offer, that opportunities are limitless, that there's room for everyone to thrive, and that you're deserving of every blessing coming your way. This is the essence of an abundance mindset. It's not about material wealth alone, it's a way of thinking that transforms how you see the world and your place in it. In this chapter, we'll explore how letting go of a scarcity mindset paves the way for abundance in every area of your life. You'll learn how to shift your perspective, attract opportunities, and live with a sense of fulfillment and gratitude. An abundance mindset is the belief that life is full of possibilities and that there's enough success, love, and happiness for everyone. It contrasts with the scarcity mindset, which is rooted in fear, competition, and the belief that resources are limited. When you operate from abundance, you see opportunities instead of obstacles, celebrate others' successes without jealousy, focus on what you have rather than what you lack. This mindset isn't about ignoring challenges, it's about choosing to see them as opportunities for growth rather than limitations. The scarcity trap. A scarcity mindset keeps you stuck in fear and lack. It whispers, I'll never have enough. If someone else succeeds, there's less for me. I have to hold on to what I have because I might lose it. This way of thinking often leads to stress, resentment, and missed opportunities. For example, staying in a job you hate because you fear there's nothing better, or avoiding risks because you're convinced they won't work out. Letting go of scarcity means releasing the fear, limiting beliefs, and attachments that keep you from seeing life's possibilities. Here's how letting go fosters abundance. 1. Releasing fear of loss. When you stop clinging to what you have, you open yourself to new opportunities. For example, leaving a toxic relationship creates space for healthier connections. 2. Shifting focus. Letting go helps you focus on what's working in your life instead of what's lacking. Gratitude is a powerful tool for cultivating abundance. 3. Trusting in possibility. Abundance thrives on trust that life will provide, that you're capable, and that good things are always within reach. How to cultivate an abundance mindset. 1. Practice gratitude daily. Take a moment each day to list 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice shifts your focus from scarcity to appreciation. 2. Reframe negative thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking, "I can't afford this," reframe it to, "How can I create the resources for this?" This small change invites creativity and possibility. 3. Celebrate others' wins. Instead of feeling envious, see others' successes as proof that abundance is possible for everyone, including you. 4. Surround yourself with abundance thinkers. Spend time with people who inspire and uplift you. Their mindset will naturally influence yours. 5. Visualize your ideal life. Regularly picture the life you want to create. Visualization helps align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with abundance. Consider Alex, a freelance graphic designer who struggled with a scarcity mindset. He constantly worried about losing clients and felt threatened by competitors. This fear held him back from marketing his skills or charging what he was worth. One day, Alex decided to shift his approach. He started a gratitude journal, focusing on the opportunities he already had. He also reframed his competition as collaborators and began reaching out to them for partnerships. As his mindset shifted, so did his reality. Alex found more clients, increased his rates, and discovered that abundance wasn't about luck, it was about mindset and action. An abundance mindset isn't about pretending challenges don't exist, it's about believing in your ability to overcome them. It's about seeing the glass as refillable, no matter how much is currently in it. When you let go of scarcity, you open the floodgates for growth, connection, and opportunity. You start to see the world as a place of endless potential, and you act with confidence and generosity, knowing there's enough for everyone. Abundance begins with a choice to believe in possibilities rather than limitations. By letting go of fear, reframing your thoughts, and practicing gratitude, you align yourself with the flow of life's blessings. As we near the end of this journey, remember, abundance isn't something you chase, it's something you cultivate within. The more you embrace it, the more it shows up in your life, transforming your perspective and your path. Chapter 12. Your fresh start. Imagine standing at the shoreline of a vast ocean, the waves gently washing away footprints in the sand. Each wave is a chance to start fresh, to leave behind what no longer serves you and step forward with renewed purpose. This is the essence of letting go, not erasing your past but clearing the space for a brighter, freer, and more fulfilling future. In this final chapter, we'll reflect on the journey of letting go and outline practical steps to maintain this mindset as you embrace your fresh start. The act of letting go isn't just a single decision, it's a lifelong practice that leads to continuous growth and transformation. Throughout this book, we've explored the many layers of letting go, from releasing emotional clutter and limiting beliefs to forgiving others and embracing the unknown. Each step has been a piece of the puzzle, guiding you toward a life of clarity, freedom, and abundance. Letting go is not about forgetting or ignoring the past. It's about honoring your experiences, learning from them, and choosing to move forward with courage and intention. It's a declaration that you're no longer defined by what was, but by what's possible. Life is dynamic, constantly shifting and evolving. As you grow, new challenges and attachments will arise. Staying committed to letting go means regularly evaluating what aligns with your values and purpose. Think of letting go as a gardener tending to a vibrant garden. Just as weeds occasionally sprout and need to be cleared, you'll periodically need to release old patterns, relationships, or habits to allow new growth to flourish. Creating your fresh start. 1. Set your intentions. Your fresh start begins with clarity. Reflect on these questions. What do I want to invite into my life? What habits or beliefs will support this vision? What am I ready to release to create space for these changes? Write down your intentions to anchor them in your mind and heart. 2. Take small, consistent steps. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. Break your goals into actionable steps. For example, if you want to focus on self-care, start with 10 minutes of mindfulness each day or set boundaries around your time. 3. Surround yourself with support. Share your goals with trusted friends, family, or a mentor who can encourage you along the way. Letting go is easier when you're supported by people who uplift and inspire you. 4. Celebrate progress. Each small act of letting go is a victory. Celebrate your progress, whether it's decluttering your home, forgiving yourself, or stepping into a new opportunity. These moments of growth deserve recognition. Consider Mia, who had spent years holding on to the pain of a failed business venture. She felt defined by her mistakes and avoided taking risks, fearing failure again. After reflecting on what she truly wanted, Mia realized she needed to let go of the shame and self-doubt holding her back. She started by journaling about her fears and reframing them as lessons learned. With renewed confidence, she began a new project, one that aligned with her values and passions. Today, Mia sees her fresh start not as a rejection of her past, but as a culmination of her growth. Her story is a powerful reminder that it's never too late to begin again. Maintaining a fresh start mindset. 1. Practice gratitude. Regularly acknowledge what's going well in your life. Gratitude keeps you grounded and focused on abundance. 2. Reassess regularly. Set aside time to reflect on your goals and alignments. Ask yourself, is this still serving me? 3. Stay open to change. Life's unpredictability is a gift. Stay adaptable and open to new opportunities that align with your growth. 4. Forgive yourself often. You may falter or cling to old habits occasionally, and that's okay. Self-compassion ensures you stay on track without self-judgment. Your fresh start is a journey, not a destination. By letting go, you've reclaimed your power, freed yourself from unnecessary weight, and created space for the life you deserve. As you move forward, carry this truth with you: letting go is your ultimate superpower. It's a practice of trust, courage, and abundance that will guide you through every season of life. Embrace each fresh start with confidence, knowing that the best is yet to come. Take care and be well.